G'day everyone, I'm Dave. Thank you for joining me. Now, today I will be continuing talking about the new browser. This is amazing, the AI browser. We'll have a look at that again in just a second. I featured it in my last video. I got early access to the Perplexity browser. Very cool stuff. Lots of people ask me to show again some sort of stuff that it does, so we'll run over that. But I also really want to show you the whole world now is talking about trying to get found by LLMs. I mean, I've got the solution. You own the conversation. That's what I've been talking about for the last year. That's why I built the model. So now we're going to do a deep dive because it's getting very serious. Large, huge companies are now starting to go, how does this all work? They should have watched my videos, but anyway, that's another story. So first thing we'll do is we'll go down and we'll have a look at the new browser. So I'll shoot down here now and we'll go into, hello, Comet Browser.
Hello, ready when you are.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Excellent. Okay, I filmed a video last week on a few things, but I want to ask a question. So I'm in Thailand and I want to buy an inflatable boat. Where do I go?
You can check out Inflate Your Fun in Cha Am or Cholamark Boat in Phuket. Both are good options for inflatable boats in Thailand.
Okay, could you take me to the Inflate Your Fun website?
I've got that open for you. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
No, that's very good. And they've got an AI assistant. So you can't enter data into the fields, can you? I've got to use the type entry point. Is that correct?
That's right. You'll need to type any information into the website yourself. Let me know if you need any help.
Okay, watch this. So the difference is, as I explained in the last video, that really is just an AI assistant. So unlike, even though it has some powers, like it brought the website up that I asked for, which is really cool, and it gave me a recommendation, which this is what it's all about now. When you have been recommended by your LLM to do something, you are 300% more likely to do it. And videos later on in this little show will show you what I'm talking about as well. But anyway, so unlike, say, the OpenAI assistant that can start to print out lists and you can say, hey, create me a prompt or do whatever, the assistant in the Comet browser is literally that, just an assistant. Now, it will be integrated. You can just tell by the way that there's no latency and it works so well. And it just has been set up not to do that. But down here, you can ask the LLM to perform for you, right? So I'm going to say, I would like to find out about inflatable boats. Can you ask the AI assistant on the website that question? I want to look at some boat images and want some further info. It is going to be a lot easier when you can just say it, but anyway, we'll see what happens here. See what it does. Okay, so we can see on the screen there, it's confirming what it would like me to do. I'll show you some boat images. There we go. It's found the, sorry, I've got a bit of a bug. It's found the screen, and let's have a look what it's doing now. Now, again, hands-free, I'm not doing any of this. This is the great automation of the world. With the AI browser, it is going to change everything. It is really going to change the way people get their information, and being recommended by an LLM is going to be massive. It is totally different from just searching for something yourself. Okay, here we go. We've got up to here. Has it actually gone in and asked the assistant? What's it doing now? Current page, invite the questions, summarize the display. I can see the AI chat assistant is already in the conversation. Response about inflatable boats. Tell me about your inflatable boats. Hands free, folks. Okay, so we've got the AI assistant. So the best way for the AI to find out questions on your behalf, if your site has an AI assistant, it can actually use that to gather the information that it wants to use. I showed that in the last video with the carpet shop, his boat shop. The reason I'm showing these are the ones I've set up that have got AI assistants, so obviously you can see that they work. There we go, that's the information. There's some information about boats. The AI assistant answered the question and it took me straight to the page and the link with all the information that I need. Hands-free, I got it, and that's what it's done, okay? So what we'll do now is, let's go back to the AI assistant and I'll ask the same question. Okay, can you explain to me what's on the view at the moment about the boats?
The page you're on is about inflatable boats available in Thailand. They offer a variety of models for different activities like recreational use, fishing, sports, and professional purposes. The boats are praised for being durable, portable, and easy to store. They're designed with safety features. Okay, all right, we get the drift. You're telling me that they're good and you recommend them, is that right? Yes, they highlight that their boats are durable, portable, and suited for various activities, both recreational and professional.
Excellent. Okay, now I'll get you. Can you now do me a favour? And I want to find out about water bikes in Thailand. Where would I go for that?
You can find water bikes in Thailand at places like adventure sports centers or specialized water bike operators. There are brands like Manta 5 and Schiller offering hydrofoil water bikes, which replicate cycling.
How about inflatable water bikes?
Inflatable water bikes are also available in Thailand. They combine the portability of inflatables with the fun of cycling on water.
And where would you recommend I buy one of these inflatable water bikes?
You can check with local water sports stores in Thailand, like Inflate Your Fun, which offers a variety of inflatable watercraft.
Okay, can you take me to a page about water bikes, please?
Done.
Okay, excellent. Well, I'm going to end it there for a minute because there's a few other things we've got to go on with, but thank you, Comet Browser, for being so good. I'll shut you down now.
You're welcome. Speak to you later.
Okay, up to here now. Now, that seems like a bit of a party trick to a point until you realise how serious it actually is, all right? Now with browsers, imagine this. There's a new breed of people that we need in the world. They're called clickers. No one understands what I'm talking about, do you? Okay. Imagine a world where now we have a browser that is fully controlled. Now at the moment, you saw me having to type something in. That is a bit cumbersome. You don't need to do that with OpenAI because they're on their system, it's not a browser. The browser is running in the cloud, so they have a lot more control. When you've got a browser downloaded on your machine and you are using it the same as Google Chrome or anything else, you unleash an immense amount of things that you can do. Start to think along these lines, okay? Now, the other thing that's interesting is, I'm not going to show the operation here, but there's certain operations that I've done where I need to log into secure servers, I need to be able to analyze huge amounts of data very quickly, and the only way to do that in the past was really go to each page, download the information, then upload the information to the LLM, then get the report, then whatever. Not anymore. You literally just sit on the browser and you just say, okay, I want you to go here, here, and here. Now, the new job for the person is the clicker. Because obviously browsers are made that you can't just go, yes, I want to send out 20 million emails. Start clicking the send button, please. Or, I want you to hack into a particular site and keep trying this password until you get in. It won't let you do that. So every step along the way where you need to confirm something, you need to log into a secure server or there's a password that's required, you actually as the human need to click. That is more like a safety mechanism than anything else. You are going to be able to run some automations for less secure things, but imagine it this way. So now you have got a human sitting at the desk wanting to do that task. The human no longer has to do that task. And this is where I get into my productivity argument. It's all about productivity, right? Let's say I had one person and that one person could sit at there at their computer and they could do a task. They could analyze a document and come out with the results that we want. And that might take them 10 minutes, right? Not anymore. What you do is you have one screen and then you set a task for the AI assistant or the AI agent, and then it gets to the point where it needs someone to click the button to actually go to the next step. Then it does all the work. So instead of being, say, 10 or 15 minutes work, it's like 1 minute's work, right? So let's just keep it simple. 10 minutes work, 1 minute to do. So that one person all of a sudden can sit there and click, and they've done 10 times the work just by using the automation. So that's step one. That's a productivity increase. How about you have 10 laptops? The office of the future is just going to be screens. It's going to be screens with AI agents doing tasks, with someone walking past, checking, like in the old nuclear power station days, oh, I need to press that button, right? So someone can just sit there and go, click, 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 to keep the action happening. Who said AI was going to displace jobs? You can be a clicker. That's where it's getting to. All right, so I will do more on the Comet Browser. It is a very, very powerful tool, but the point I'm trying to make is the way we interact with machines is completely different, which now has got everyone in a huff about, I'm losing business, I'm not getting Google traffic, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing this. So when I started my project was done for the reason of having a good practical solution using AI, using the intelligence of AI, and I created a whole raft of community sites. So I want to talk about them now, because now. So they will actually show you how this works, right? So let's go and have a look at what the sites actually do. So with a phone, and we're just going to scan a QR code. So there's a QR code. There's me scanning the QR code. There's me going to the page. There's me hitting the button. And I've gone to the hotel, the golf club, or wherever the case may be. I've scanned the QR code and I've got my AI assistant in my pocket. That is the product. That, no matter else whether it goes any further forward, that is the product, right? The AI assistant fully trained on golf courses in Thailand. Or an AI assistant that's fully trained on, let's pick out, oh, well, we'll do Sutherland Sally, she's been a good one. An AI assistant that is trained on Sutherlandshire, okay? So we can actually have a look here. Loads, loading, okay, there we go, Sutherland Sally. There's Sutherland Sally, okay? So golf or locations or whatever. It in itself is a product. It is a very smart product. You can put up instant events. You're using the AI to actually filter the events. We've already been over that. But that is the product, right? So the thing to remember is, regardless of whether it's the AI era or not, the AI assistant itself is the product. What are the offshoots of that product? What is interesting, and this is why I talk about own the conversation, right, is how the conversation, basically when it's out there, becomes really important in you being found. And now it is super important. So we'll pop down here again for a minute. Let's have a look at, okay, so again, this is the web interface. I'll shove this over here so I'm out of the way. This is the web interface for the golf site, which is nice and pretty. It's got, you know, a map link. It's got everything you want to know. You can ask it all the questions. Same with Phuket, same deal. You can ask questions. When you ask a question, the answer arrives. It's got all the feedback that you need. For example, if you want to know about water sports, you go to water sports. There's the questions that people have already asked about water sports. There they are, all there. In foreign languages, right? In any language, multilingual, tells you every single thing you want to know. We'll go over and just randomly click on another one, shall we? Okay, internet's a bit. Family activities. Okay, what family activities can we go to? All right. Okay, then we've got a list of family activities. Someone's asked in Russian. Someone else has asked in Russian. Horse riding. Okay. Oh, there we go. They're multi-language. Now, all these pages are being found on the internet. Now, not just by Google. They're being found by Google. I've already shown that. They're being found by Bing. But they're being found by LLMs because they're giving authority and they're answering the question in their conversation. So the entire site itself, we'll go back down here, all right, if you take a look at Bondi Bronte, same deal, Sutherlandshire. Now, Location ones are fairly straightforward because it's information. You can put up your event. This is what's happening this week. This is what's happening next week. It covers the weather, the temperature. It's got everything you need, the news, the whole lot, okay? So as a product itself, this stuff is great as a product. The byproduct is the fact that it produces quality answers and questions conversationally, which is what LLMs are looking for, okay? So don't take my word on it. Let's go and have a look and see what one of the experts has to say. All right. So we'll go down here now, and we'll go into where are we? We'll go into not there. We'll go into here. All right. So let's just have a look at a couple of these videos. I'll jump out of the way here, and we'll see what the vibe is.
AI isn't just changing how people search. It's quietly sending traffic to your website, but not just any traffic. These are people who've already made up their minds and are ready to buy. But here's the crazy part. This traffic doesn't always show up in your analytics dashboard. Most of it's hidden, but we have proof that it's converting because ChatGPT, Gemini, and Perplexity aren't just search tools anymore. They're decision engines. And if your brand isn't showing up in their answers, you're not just missing traffic, you're missing sales. This isn't about going viral either. It's about showing up at the exact moment someone is asking, what's the best product for me? I call this the AI traffic gold rush. And once you know how to position your brand inside those answers, you won't just get clicks, you'll get customers who are ready to buy. I'm Neil Patel.
Okay, so this guy who I've featured before runs a massive SEO company. He's got millions of viewers on YouTube. These are the guys now that are at the top of their tree, and they are just starting to work out how this works, okay? So, as he said, it is a new gold rush because this is a total, it's like all the cards have been chucked in the air, now they've landed back down again and everyone's got to work out how to do it. There are a few truths about how LLMs work. Truth being the key word. You can't be some sort of shyster. You need to have, your business needs to be out there. It needs to be in conversational form, and it will build the truth about your product to give answers, because it won't be humans looking at your site. It will be assistants looking at your site. You will look at the images. It's not as if you will never look at a website, but you're not going to go click, 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 except if you're the clicker. If you're the clicker on your wall of 300 computer screens, you will go click, click, click. But that's for the productivity. That's not just going click, 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 trying to get an answer every day. So let's see what else he's got to say. He's got a few interesting things to say. Go into the next section.
Most people think SEO is all about rankings and traffic, but what if the most valuable traffic isn't showing up in your dashboard? You can rank #1 on Google and still lose customers to someone showing up in AI answers. The smallest stream of traffic might be your most valuable, especially if it's coming from AI tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, or Perplexity. In a recent NP Digital study, AI-driven websites made up less than 0.5% of total website traffic, but that tiny slice generated more than 10% of total sales.
Because it's recommended by the agent.
Website visitors converted up to 23 times better than organic search visitors. Not 23% better, I'm talking about 23x. That means while everyone else is chasing volume, the smartest brands are quietly cashing in on the most conversion-rich traffic source on the internet. Why? Because people using these tools aren't passively browsing. They're getting direct answers, comparing top products, and clicking when they're ready to act. You won't get as many visitors from AI platforms as you would from Google, but the ones you do get, they're more engaged. Another study we did found AI visitors engaged at 72.5% compared to just 60.4% from traditional search. That's not just better traffic, that's buyer-ready attention. These AI chatbots act like digital advisors. When someone asks, what's the best CRM for small teams? And your brand is an answer, you're no longer fighting for attention. You're already on the short list. And the crazy part, most businesses aren't tracking this. This traffic doesn't get properly attributed. Sometimes it appears as referral traffic, sometimes not at all. But its impact is real, and it's happening right now. The opportunity isn't hypothetical anymore. It's here. And brands showing up in ChatGPT answers are already seeing staggering results. Our studies are...
Okay, this is super important stuff. Now, these are big companies realizing this. You need to be on an LLM. The way to get on an LLM is to have a good product, have lots of conversation about it, build up your authenticity, and the more that your product is out there and being spoken about in conversational form, the more chance you have of actually getting into a ChatGPT answer. Now, at the moment, they still are using search engines, okay? But they're moving away and away and away from that because there's more information that they're finding. So in their post-training, where they're looking for information, in their inferencing, when they're actually being asked the question, this is where they go and seek the information. It's not about their old training model that they could answer. They're using the web, they're using the internet to drag in, quickly maintain and put together. That is why if your site has an AI assistant where you've already concentrated all the information and you've got it in a format that's ready, that has already produced the pages and can ask the questions. Now, I'm not saying that every LLM is going to visit and manually ask the question, but the ones on the screen in the browser will do that in the search. The other LLMs will come in and analyze your site in a millisecond, and they will say, hey, there's 300 pages of conversation here. There's hundreds and hundreds of valuable information here. And you can dictate the conversation. You control the conversation. You own the conversation. You can guide what is being said. Let's have a look at the next section that he talks about, where he talks about what you need to promote and how you need to promote it. We'll go down here.
Everyone's racing to get more reach, but smart brands are shifting focus to AI trust and visibility. AI isn't a search engine, it's a gatekeeper. If it doesn't trust you, it won't mention you. Most marketers are still thinking in terms of rankings. Top of page 1, first result on Google, that's what everyone wants. But with AI search, the rules have changed. ChatGPT doesn't rank websites, it recommends answers. Gemini doesn't list links, it summarizes solutions. Perplexity doesn't show a page of results, it tells you what it thinks is best. This is a massive mindset shift. Because in the world of AI search, your brand isn't judged by its keyword optimization or backlinking profile alone. It's judged by how well you answer the question.
It's
the
all
brands
about
that win aren't just publishing
owning
content,
the
they're crafting
conversation.
content that looks and sounds like an answer. Think
Yes,
summaries,
it looks and
bullet
sounds
points.
like an answer. That is exactly right. That is owning the conversation. This is a huge company talking about that. So that's fine to do that. Someone's going to come to them and they're going to go, oh, okay, I would like you to optimize my site, please. Here's lots of money, right? And they're going to do it one page at a time, and they're going to do it the traditional way. I've even thought ahead of that. This is a process that we can use that uses the intelligence of the AI as the person that would be doing the work. So this can scale exponentially, okay? And if I can do it, then lots of other people can do it as well. But the whole point is, everything has changed. You need to get on. I do agree with the gold rush section, right? It is really time to act now. Let's have a look at what else he's got to say, and down here, because it is quite interesting to see where things are heading. All right, and we'll just finish off with this last section here.
Right now, AI visibility is underpriced, but it won't stay that way for long. In the early days of Google Ads, you could get clicks for pennies, literally. With early Facebook, you could reach thousands without paying a dime. Then that market caught up and the price of attention skyrocketed. AI traffic is at the same early stage tipping point. Right now, it's underpriced, underutilized, wide open, but that won't last for long. Every day, more businesses are optimizing for AI visibility. Every day, larger language models are getting smarter and more competitive. And every day you wait, someone else is getting picked instead of you. This is your moment to move, to be early, to build a brand that's trusted inside a system that are starting to crawl discovery and decision making.
Okay, so I'm using those just to back up my argument about what's happening. I was there at the start of the internet. I was the one that got ranked #1 in Google because you could do that 25 years ago. This is just a rinse repeat of that. The world has moved on, but this is huge because the difference back then is you were sitting in a room. You went to visit a website. You navigated your way through the website. Obviously, websites have got better, smarter, everything else over the years. There's images, there's movies, there's all sorts of ways that you can take in this multimodal information. So can the AI. But besides that, all right, now we're talking a world where it's literally just going to be voice. I need this done. Go and find me this. Answer this question for me. Show me an image of this. Oh, okay, there's an image of that, all right? So the whole way people interact, but the power of conversation is huge. I've mentioned it in my previous videos. If you've got an AI assistant and you've got a price sensitive product and you don't put a price on your website and someone comes to their website and they want to buy whatever you're selling and you've got no prices, people will just click past, right? Agents will go straight past because it doesn't answer the question they want. If you have an AI assistant that explains your pricing, It is explained in the conversation that is published to your site. It is explained to the person that asked the question. They're going to go, oh, okay, all right, that's why it's double the price of the one down the road, because it's better quality, and now that's been explained to me. Now, that conversation, the way that engages you with the LLMs, like OpenAI or Perplexity, if they turn around to you and they say, as they just did in the video, I recommend you go there and do that, you are more likely to go and do that because it has been told to you. Now, as opposed to you going and trying to work it out. So I will end the video here. I really just wanted to show people exactly how important this is. I will do a bit more about the Comet Browser from Perplexity because this is also changing things. I am sure it's August tomorrow, like I'm sure that ChatGPT will be coming out with GPT-5, which means that you won't have to select models. The intelligence race is on. How do you implement the intelligence? That is the key. You need to start thinking about it. Anyway, feel free to contact me, above me, below me, all that sort of stuff. I don't do all that. But I'm very, very interested in helping your business by providing my product for you to be able to address what is going to be you getting in front of your competition. Okay, well, thanks again for your time. I hope you found the information useful. I am not going to be a clicker. I'm going to be an action person, all right? You should be too, all right? Though, don't write off the clickers. We're going to need them. All right, I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.